Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Time for some good news out of Virginia. And you might recall that last month, I think it was June 4th, I did this video here.
Back in January, I asked the Virginia General Assembly to work with me to stop this violence. I asked them to ban magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. I asked them to make background checks universal, a policy that 90% of the public supports. I asked them to create an extreme risk protective order, a way for law enforcement to ask a court to keep guns away from someone who poses a substantial danger to themselves or others, a concept supported by President Trump's own school safety task force. I asked them to reinstate Virginia's successful one handgun a month policy. I asked for tougher penalties for anyone who leaves a loaded gun around a child, and to require anyone whose gun has been stolen to report the theft within 24 hours. And I have supported and will continue to support legislation giving localities more authority to regulate firearms, including in their own government buildings. None of these ideas are radical. None of them violate the Second Amendment. None of them would impair any of my fellow Virginia hunters or sportsmen. None of them would limit anyone from owning a gun who wasn't a felon or a domestic abuser or declared by a judge to be a danger. And none of them passed. In fact, some failed with just 4 votes against them in small subcommittees. We lost 1,028 Virginians due to gun violence in 2017. That's almost 3 people a day. Incredibly, that is more deaths than those due to vehicle accidents. This weekend's tragedy, as well as the tragedies that happen every day across Virginia, must instill in us a new level of urgency to act. If we can save one life because we act it now, it is worth it. And so, by the power vested in me by Article 4, Section 6, and Article 5, Section 5 of the Constitution of Virginia, I will summon the members of the Senate and the House of Delegates to meet in special session for the purpose of passing common sense public safety laws. I will propose many of the same ideas that we have proposed before. Universal background checks, a ban on assault weapons to include suppressors and bump stocks, an extreme risk protective order, reinstating the one gun a month law, child access prevention, requiring people to report lost and stolen firearms, and expanding local authority to regulate firearms, including in government buildings. I will be asking for votes and laws, not thoughts and prayers.
That didn't really work out well for him. Today was the day. Today is July 9th, Tuesday, 2019, and they actually had that session today. And about 2 hours after it started, the legislature adjourned until November, handing Governor Northam a devastating defeat. Now, I was able to do a little bit of digging, and I got the actual issues he wanted them to vote on, which they didn't. So I'll list them here. And the only reason I'm listing them here because if you're in Virginia, this will come up again, okay? He's not going to let it die in November. I'm sure he'll make another push for this right here. So what did the governor want to force through today? Red flag law, universal background check, one handgun per month, assault weapon ban, magazine capacity limits, silencer/suppressor ban, bump stock ban. He wanted to allow government to implement local gun control and get rid of the firearm preemption law in Virginia. He wanted to punish those who have had a gun stolen if they didn't report it quick enough. And he also wanted to charge gun owners with a felony if a child has access to a loaded gun. These were the things he was trying to force through today, even though his base didn't want it, even though he's tried it before and the legislature didn't vote for it. He was going to try to force it through today. But they basically told him, go fly a kite, we're done till November. But rest assured, it's going to come back. So if you know somebody who lives in Virginia, you know a business in Virginia, you know a Facebook page for a group out of Virginia, please forward this to them. They should relish in this victory, but prepare for November because it'll be back. I thank you for your time. I appreciate the fact that you all have been here as long as you are. Your support for the channel humbles me daily. Thank you. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, subscribe if you haven't already, and carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.